And so I stand this morning in my own voice, with my own fortitude. And I stand because of what has been able to be done in our community. And my prayers moving forward is that he will continue to do the work. Houses of worship are no longer being turned into restaurants and high-end houses for the wealthy, but they're now being able to house members of the community and members of congregations that would normally have to close their doors because of the City of Hope. I am so grateful to stand here today in my own voice and say thank you so much, Mayor Adams, for all that you've done.
Now that was a prayer and testament. But all right. We need prayer from all sectors, no matter your belief. And right now, I'm going to ask Rabbi Moshe Melamed to lead us in continued prayer.
Good morning. I'm honored and excited to be here today with you, representing the Jewish community. During the mayor's first term, we had and continue to have an unprecedented relationship. Our community has gone through very, very trying times, and only through this relationship with the mayor and his fabulous team have we managed and continue to manage to overcome every challenge that we have faced. We look forward to re-electing His Honor, Eric Adams, to another 4 years in the greatest city of New York, the city we call home. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Be careful.
This mayor will not tolerate any hate crimes, no matter where it's from or who it's directed to. And in that spirit, I'm going to ask for Dr. Michal Listen to please come forward. Okay, Come on, Doctor.
I don't usually speak at rallies, but I'm here in my personal capacity as a mom, as a Latina immigrant, and as a Jewish faith leader who adores this city. Those of you who were born here might not realize it, but around the world, everybody dreams of New York City. This is the symbol of opportunity, of freedom, of diversity, of strength. And this is why I am here. I am joining the fight to make sure this amazing city continues to thrive and becomes an even better home for all of us. I was born in Argentina. I've seen what happens when politicians weaponize envy, when they use frustration to divide instead of lifting up. My family has lived what happens when socialist promises collapse economies and destroy lives.
Say that again. Say that again.
I'm going to say it in Spanish now. Nosotros los latinos entendemos muy bien cuando hay promesas socialistas. Solo fíjense lo que pasó en Cuba, lo que pasa en Venezuela. And we are not going to let this happen to this city because we, and so many of us, we came here to build up and not to burn down. Other people talk about free everything, about scaling up the police, perfect utopians. Just trust the ideology. But when you're worried about rent, about safety, about your kids, you cannot afford luxury fantasies. And those who pay for those luxury fantasies are those least able to afford them. Let me say this again. Those who pay the price for those luxury fantasies are those least able to afford it.
That's right.
I want my children and yours to feel safe while riding the subway. I want us to walk freely in our streets, to pray in our houses of worship, to raise families in peace. And I say this as an American Jew who understands that Jewish safety is tied to the safety of my neighbors, the safety and the strength of all of us. When we, New York communities, are strong, we are all safer and freer. Look behind me. We need a real coalition, a diverse coalition of all religions, Muslims, Christians, Jews, Sikhs, Hindus, all religions, all races and ethnicities, Latinos, black, brown, Asian, white New Yorkers, standing together, not ignoring each other's fears, but building each other up. This is not about Democrats versus Republicans. This is about those who want to build and those who want to burn down. This is a fight for everything we care about, everything we yearn for as New Yorkers and as Americans. We don't need perfect promises. We need real and experienced leaders like Mayor Eric Adams, who is here uniting us instead of dividing us. We need safety, we need sanity, we need each other. So, we have a fight ahead of us. But we are here and we are ready to show up. So let's speak out. Let's fight with everything we have got to make sure this amazing, amazing city stays in the hands of those who love it and who are ready to fight for it.
Beautiful.
You know,
Push the button on this. The one that right there.
hello, New Yorkers. You know, we got all the boroughs represented, all the religions represented. Is Brooklyn in the house? Yeah. Are my Brooklyn ministers here?
Yeah.
Are my Harlem ministers here? Yeah. Are my Queens ministers here? That's what I'm talking about, and even Staten Island is represented. But you know, we've got groups here, but we've got a special guest, and I must acknowledge him, and that's Reverend Dr. Herbert Daughtry.
Yes, yes, yes.
We've got our groups here.
Yes.
We've got Aisha Sekou. We've also got Jackie Rowe Adams, Harlem Mother Save, and so many are here. Are my unions in the house?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to ask Bishop Dr. Keating Silva. Bishop, please come forward and send us on our way.
Let me see. You put it like that? Gloria. No. Mira, mira, esto lo puedes hacer. Okay.
See if it works now.
Okay.
See if it works. If it doesn't, it's cool.
Saludos a todos.
Greetings to all.
Estamos reunidos en una ocasión muy importante,
We are united in a very special occasion,
especialmente los obispos hispanos
especially the Hispanic bishops that are here
y los obispos afroamericanos
and the African American bishops that are
y
here
diferentes líderes religiosos.
and different religious leaders in the house.
Como líder espiritual de nuestra comunidad hispana,
As a spiritual leader of the Hispanic community,
soy el obispo de más años en la ciudad de Nueva York.
I am the bishop with more years in the city of New York.
Soy un senior bishop en la ciudad.
So I am a senior bishop in the city.
36 años sirviendo como obispo.
36 years serving as a bishop.
Reconozco la gran participación,
I understand and know the great participation.
reconozco la fe que ha traído el alcalde a nuestra ciudad.
I know the faith that the mayor has been able to bring to our city.
Reconozco que una ciudad dividida ha sido una ciudad unida,
I've seen that a divided city now became a united city.
que una ciudad desordenada ha sido una ciudad ordenada.
And it was a disordered city and now is an ordered
Y
city.
quiero animar a toda la comunidad hispana
And I want to encourage all the Hispanic
que el día
community
4 de noviembre
that on the 4th of November,
podemos demostrar nuestra fortaleza
we can show our strength,
apoyando a un líder que se ha interesado en nuestra comunidad.
supporting a leader that was very invested in our community.
Llevo en esta ciudad 55 años.
I've been in the city 55 years.
Llegué a la edad de 20 años.
I came here at 20 years of age.
I speak English also.
Yo hablo inglés también.
Pero quiero transmitir este mensaje en español.
But I want to transmit this message in Spanish.
Si algo tocó mi corazón,
If something touched my heart,
que el domingo 9 de marzo,
that on the 9th of March,
después de haber tenido una experiencia muy traumática en Italia,
after having a very traumatic experience in Italy,
mi amada esposa, la obispo Rosa M. Silva,
my wife, Bishop Rosa M. Silva,
mientras íbamos a iniciarnos un crucero,
as we were initiating our cruise,
no se sintió bien.
she wasn't feeling well.
Entró en un estado de coma.
She went into a state of a coma.
Por 11 días tuve que estar en Italia,
For 11 days, I was in Italy.
hacerle un funeral en Italia,
I had to do a funeral in Italy.
regresar a nuestra ciudad,
Come back to our city,
donde cientos de personas desfilaron frente a su féretro.
where thousands of people came to pay their respects.
Pero nunca pensé
But I never thought
que un alcalde
that a mayor
con 8.3 millones de miembros,
of a 8.3 million members,
esa es su congregación.
that's his congregation,
Ese domingo,
that Sunday,
ese domingo 9 de marzo,
the 9th of March,
me dijeron el alcalde va a estar aquí dando su respeto.
and he said the mayor's going to be here paying his
¿Qué
respects.
alcalde ha hecho eso?
What mayor has ever done that?
Va a llegar un domingo para compartir en el duelo de un obispo y de un pastor.
He's going to come on a Sunday to share in the pain of a bishop and a pastor.
Las puertas están abiertas para todos nosotros.
The doors have been open for all of us religious
Y
leaders.
para mí ha sido mi alcalde,
And for me, he is my mayor.
es mi alcalde,
He is my mayor.
será mi alcalde.
He will be my mayor.
Y la emisora nuestra,
And our radio station,
soy vicepresidente y miembro fundador de Radio Visión Cristiana.
I'm vice president and founder of Radio Vision Cristiana.
Es la radioemisora más fuerte que tenemos en toda la parte este de los Estados Unidos.
It is the largest Hispanic evangelical radio station all on the East Coast.
Parte oeste,
On the East Coast.
además de estar en el Caribe.
We are also in the Caribbean.
Y nosotros creemos
And we believe
en el alcalde Eric L. Adams.
and in our mayor, Eric L. Adams.
Así que estábamos orando
We have been praying
para que sucediera un milagro electoral.
that we saw a miracle in the
Y el
electorate.
milagro tomó lugar.
And the miracle happened.
Y ahora tenemos a un alcalde
And now we have a mayor
que va a ganar
that's going to win.
el día 4 de noviembre.
The 4th day of November.
La coalición de Black and Brown Coalition of Bishops.
The coalition of black and brown
We are
bishops.
getting together,
Estamos uniéndonos,
supporting our mayor,
apoyando a nuestro alcalde
and let him know
para dejarle saber
that we are backing him up.
que estamos respaldando.
We are with you.
Estamos contigo.
We will keep being with you.
Estaremos contigo.
And you are the next mayor
Y
again.
tú eres el próximo alcalde de Nueva York.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Cuídate, obispo, cuando...
religious leaders from all corners of our diverse and great city. I'm so proud to stand here to ask that we have to come before us. Sheikh Musa Drame, where is Sheikh? Come forward, please.
I got you. How do you do this? Oh, shut. Good afternoon. Aren't you freaking excited?
Yes.
Let me tell you one thing. Mayor Adams was known to be the blue-collar mayor, but that was the first term. The second term, Mr. Mayor, you will be moral clarity mayor.
Yes.
From today on, Mayor Adam will be known as the moral clarity mayor. The city, more than any time in its history, needs a moral clarity leader. This city is the most diverse city in the world. The last 48 hours, we have the Jewish community, wealthy New Yorkers, corporations, people who love the city, so let down and so disappointed. That should never ever happen. With Mayor Eric Adams, you will never ever question his moral clarity.
Right.
You will never ever question where he stands on issue. Right. You will never ever have a Jewish mother or Jewish rabbi questioning, should I continue to live in my city? You will never have a Muslim imam questioning, should I go to the mosque or would I be attacked? You will never ever have any corporation that says, I'm moving to Miami because it's no longer conducive to be in New York. You will never have wealthy New Yorkers who are paying for maintaining the city to question whether this is a city for them or not. Moral clarity is what Mayor Eric Adams represents, and moral clarity is what we need now. In closing, when we talk about affordability, this is not a slogan. Mayor Eric Adams used to go to school with the little items he had in the bag because he did not know whether he was coming back home that he left. That man knows what affordability is. Affordability is not slogan. It's not coming from someone who was born in wealth, went to the top schools, have parents who are wealthy. That's a slogan. If you want a city that is affordable and conducive, you have to talk to the man who lived in the city when the city was not accessible, affordable to his people. And I will end with this. Mayor Eric Adams, you have done many wonderful things which we are grateful for. But one of those things, you brought Jessica Tess. Even the criminals in the Bronx are saying, bro, him playing. Bro is 25 to life because we are now enjoying the safest big city in the nation. Thank you to the mayor and thank you to Jessica Tess. God bless you all.
We're gonna move this program along because we want to hear from the man. And I want to bring up my colleague, my former colleague in the city council, and that's Reverend, our pastor, Fernando Cabrera.
All right, Cabrera. Yes, okay, Cabrera. I'll make it quick because we want to hear from the mayor of the city of New York. Today, we understand if we want change, you can see, we need to vote for the leader who's already done it, Mayor Eric Adams. Leadership isn't claimed, it is proven. And Mayor Adams has proven it time after time and time again. When others made excuses in the past why he couldn't get it done, Mayor Adams delivered results. He is the fighter that we need and the public servant we deserve. When our city needed a backbone, Mayor Adams stood tall. He has the heart to care, the strength to lead, and the record to prove it. This is not just an endorsement here today. It is a call to action to support Mayor Adams because the future depends on it. Thank you so much.
Now, I don't know, I'm not sure he's here. Wait a minute. But I'm not sure he's here. But the former county leader, the leader in Brooklyn, the Honorable Frank Cedillo, who was supposed to be here, but because of a prior engagement that he could not change, he wanted to make sure that you understood that he stands hard and tall and committed to Eric Adams 4 more years. Yes. Now, the moment has come. It's exciting because we've got a mayor that worked hard to bring crime down. But crime does not go down by not having a police force. That's right. You must have a police force that is honest, respectful, but is there to do the job. And that's what brings crime down. MWBEs, our small businesses, our minority-owned businesses, our women-owned businesses have gotten contracts that never before they were able to get. Why? For several reasons. One, because the contract limit was set so high, we couldn't qualify. And the other thing was, they made it difficult because we had to get bonding. But this mayor stood up, and if he could do it, I don't know why it wasn't done before, but this mayor did it. He saw to it that MWBEs are getting the highest percentage of contracts in the city of New York than has been in the history. This man has worked hard. It's not easy to be mayor of a big city. It's not easy to try to appease every individual. It's impossible to be everything to everyone. But all right. But this man has done that. So I'm going to ask for our mayor and the mayor that will be there for the next 4 years, the Honorable Mayor of the City of New York, Eric Adams.
Yeah, easy. That's right. So I want to first say thank you. Thank you to the leaders. So, hold on. So listen. Notice how we utilize the letter F. We utilize the letter F for faith.
Yes.
Our opponents use the letter F for profanity.
Yes.
So we need to stay focused. No distractions and grind. Focus, no distractions and grind. Focus, no distractions and grind. Focus, no distractions and grind. We're straight ahead. We're straight ahead. Listen, all my life, people have been having moments of trying to distract me. They tried to distract me when I couldn't read. They called me a dumb student. They tried to distract me when I went with clothing with holes in the shoes and cardboards in the soles. They called me poor. They tried to distract me when I got arrested as a little boy and beat by police officers. They called me a criminal. They tried to distract me when I wanted to study and move up through the ranks in the police department and fight for reform. They said it wasn't possible. They tried to distract me when I became a state senator. Tried to distract me when I became the black borough president. They tried to distract me when I became the mayor. And no matter what distraction they threw at me, God has made the pathway for me to achieve. So you can call me all the names you want, but I'm going to answer to only one, Mayor Adams. So I want to thank all of you. Look at this beautiful display of diversity that's here. Look at people from all corners of the city and different ethnicities and faiths and groups. Not people who read about me, but people that I have touched individually, that I stood in hospitals with, that I looked at their families and made their lives better. Look at the display that's here of different languages and different cultures. All of us wanting the same thing. I'm so proud to be here to say to the people of the city of New York, I am seeking re-election to be your mayor of the city of New York. So let me take you back, because many people have selective amnesia. So I want to take you back. January 1st, 2022, when I became mayor, there was this thing called COVID all over our cities. You could walk down avenues in business districts and you see businesses were closed. And people were unsure. We were all wearing masks. People were debating, should our children be in school or not? But as a leader that was unwavering, understanding the most safe place for our children were in school buildings, I stood strong and firm against the naysayers and said we're going to open our schools and we will protect our children, but we will continue to educate them so they won't continue to have the learning gap that COVID put on them and the socialization that they need. We saw leadership and focus. Crime was moving at a higher rate. Businesses were fleeing this city. There was a level of uncertainty. Black and brown unemployment was high. Black unemployment was 4 times the rate of white unemployment. We saw a lot of uncertainty. Guns were proliferating in our city. We were burying young people at disproportionate numbers. We didn't have the housing that we needed. All of these issues were facing us, and we was inherited that. January 1st, 2022, I was sitting in this building with my leadership and said we must forge ahead a pattern and a pathway that people needed to once again believe in the city again. And I saw that before. I didn't just start doing this. I saw it when Mayor Bloomberg came into office, when our center of trade was collapsed and our poverty was matching that collapse. And he turned around the city with real leadership and focus. Yes, sir. And I knew I had to have that same leadership and determination and focus. And that's why we're here today asking for not 1 more year, not 2 more years, not 3 more years, but 4 more years. And let's be clear. Let's be clear. Listen, folks, didn't grow up with much. Born in Brownsville. My mother cleaned houses and worked in a daycare center where she took leftovers home to feed us. My siblings and I, we're little and we shared all we had. I wasn't born into power and privilege. I was born into struggle.
Come on now.
Always knew what struggle was. And if you're going to be a mayor of people who are going through a lot, you must be a human being that has gone through a lot. And we experienced a lot of pain as a child. I rose through the ranks and became a captain and worked every day to protect the city, a city that I love. Later served in the state Senate and then as Brooklyn Borough President. I didn't chase fame. I chased solutions. Whether it was fighting food insecurity or improving housing or lifting up working families, something that I continue today. When I became mayor, it was clear to me that what we were facing and how we had to turn it around. And one of the most important partnerships that I developed were the partnerships I developed with our faith-based leaders. They knew something that I knew. Prayer works. And many would look down on it and don't see the connection between prayer and government. I'm afraid of a mayor that don't appreciate prayer and the power of our faith-based leaders. And so when we look at all the things we were facing, ask yourself, what have we achieved? Let's talk about what we've done over the last few years. We brought down crime. The last 6 months has been the lowest number of shootings and homicides in the history of the city. And what does that mean for those of you who are here? Think about it for a moment. Who are the victims of shootings? Who are the victims of those who are shooting? So when we took 20,000 guns off our streets, we took it out of the hands of black and brown people. And we prevented the loss of lives of black and brown people. This impacts you. It impacts those of you who are here right now. I'm good. We made smarter choices in the police department and more accountable. Gun arrests are record highs. The removals of guns are record highs. And what do we do with our economy? 500,000 new jobs since this administration. More jobs in New York in the city's history, folks. Tech is booming. Tourism is back. Broadway had the best 12 months in recorded history. Construction is growing. And yes, Times Square is alive again. And what about our housing comeback? We've approved and launched more affordable housing in a single year in the history of the city of New York, and we're going to break that record again. We're turning unused buildings into homes and streamlining permitted and rezoned areas for growth. And you cannot have this conversation without talking about mental health. Well, we made the decision to take people from living off the street because there was nothing dignified by having encampments and tents and people living on the street. We knew that we had to remove from the blight of our city and give people the opportunity they deserve. And so when I'm here today, I say to you, we expanded treatment not just about for long term, for short term, but for long term. Mental illness has been treated like a police problem for far too long. We changed that dynamic on the streets and in our subway system. We have done more for education than any mayor in our city, 130,000 pre-K. over 100,000 summer youth jobs, 110,000 and Rise Up. Put our children on the pathway to careers and employment. Dyslexia screening, so 30% of our population won't sit in jail because they believe they're dumb instead of knowing that they learn differently. We have changed the trajectory of our children from what they eat to how they think, teaching them meditation, breathing exercises, mindfulness, so they can deal with the stress of being a young person. Sue social media so it can stop indoctrinating and hurting our children. Aggressive. So I want to be clear as I make this re-election, what I'm fighting for. I didn't come into office with a personal agenda. I came with a personal mission to fight for working class New Yorkers, people who woke up at 5 a.m. and do double and triple jobs like my mother did. I fight for the restaurant workers in the Bronx, for the teachers in Queens, for the bodega owner in Brooklyn. That's why we gave them a panic button so they could stop being arrested and stop being assaulted and robbed. I fight for a NYCHA grandmother in Harlem watching over her grandchildren. That's why we made sure we had in NYCHA high-speed broadband so their children can have remote learning and they can have telemedicine. I fight for everyday New Yorkers who just want their city to darn work for them. And that's what we're doing. And I fight for small property owners. You have individuals who are running for mayor who were saying no rent. Those small property owners were losing their homes, and many of them were black and brown. Their entire wealth was tied up into their small property owners. And we hurt them. And now we are saying everything is going up around them. Heating costs, Con Edison, insurance. And we're not willing to give them a small 1% increase in their rent so they can keep up. If we lose them, we lose the middle class in our city. And I fight for them. So I'm not interested in Twitter politics. I'm interested in getting the trash picked up. I'm not interested in slogans. I'm interested in solutions. I don't work with special interests. I work for the people. I'm proud of the incredible team that we have built. First Deputy Mayor Mastro has brought a new dynamic into the city. My Chief of Staff, Camille Joseph Volok, has handled crises out of crises in an admirable way. Jessica Tisch and her vision in the New York City Police Department started with my first commissioner that I appointed and is continuing to today. And the over 300,000 city workers that I gave a fair contract to so they won't be afraid to be able to pay for the food that they need to place on their table. We build a government that works with urgency, compassion, and accountability. And guess what? The phones haven't stopped ringing. People have been calling and said, we want to help, Eric. We want you to continue to doing what you do. How can we join Team Adams? The excitement has filled the air, and you're going to see a movement that you've never witnessed before. And I told all of you in the beginning, this was going to be the most interesting political campaign in the history of the city. It didn't stop on June 24. It started on June 24, and it would keep going into November 4. What a record. A record that stands above the noise. Now, I know politics. Politics, you know, is loud. All you got to do is hear that noise in the park. We know that. Social media is loud. But let's look at the facts. There are some critics who spend more time attacking than achieving. Let me be clear. They have a record of tweets. I have a record on these streets. A record of results. They talk about problems, I fix them. That's the difference. You don't lead this city from a soapbox. You lead it from the ground up with action, not rhetoric. And one thing we do, we deliver and we never quit. And Mayor, for all faith. I never wavered when it came down to protecting our houses of worship and the people who worship inside them. When hate appears in our community, it doesn't matter if it's our Sikh members, our Jewish members, our Christian members, when you desecrate our statues, I'm there, front and center, leading from the front. This city's greatest strength is what's behind me. This diversity. Everything from a yarmulke to a kufi to a hijab to a turban to a headscarf is all part of our diversity, and the clothing is representative of what we stand for as a city. No one does it like New York. No one. And so let me make clear this. Why am I running for re-election? Because we got more to do. We got more to do. Can you imagine our moving forward and what this city is going to look like? We laid the foundations. Now it's time to build the future. In my second term, I'm going to continue to bring down crime, launch a citywide mental health initiative, advance workforce development and vocational education, expand housing faster than ever before to add on our great success, deliver cleaner streets and better city services, make the city the greenest city in America, and bring New York's economy into a new era of inclusive growth. And so here's my closing message to you, New York.
Take it to the mountain.
Believe in us. I believe in our grit, our soul, our resiliency. And I believe that our best days are still ahead. Let's build a city where every kid can dream and every senior feels safe and every working person can thrive.
That's right.
Let's not go backwards. Let's move forward together. So 4 more years mean a lot. It gives me the time to finish the job. And this election is a real choice. This election is a choice between a candidate with a blue collar and one with a silver spoon. A choice between dirty fingernails and manicured nails. A choice between someone who delivered lower crime, the most jobs in history, and the most new housing built in decades, and an assembly member who did not pass a bill.
None.
It's a choice. Selection is a choice between real progress and empty promises. A future for working people, not a fantasy state. This election is a choice between those who believe in this city and those who don't. Let me tell you something. This is a city not of socialism.
No.
I've been to socialist countries. This is a city where you could come as a dishwasher and you can own a chain of restaurants. This is a city where you can be a cab driver and then become a doctor. This is a city where you could go from homelessness to building housing. This is a city where you could be a young person who's dyslexic, a young person who was rejected, and eventually to be elected to be the mayor of the city of New York. This is the type of city we're in. This is not a city where you use idealism to state you're giving everything to everyone for free. There's no dignity in someone giving you everything for free. There's dignity in giving you a job so you can provide for your family and the opportunities that you deserve. So this is not a city of handouts. This is a city of hands up. We're going to lift up the city of New York. And so I'm asking you, New Yorkers, to continue to stand with me as we move this city in the right direction. I'm ready to be your mayor again for another 4 years. Sorry. What are we doing? Yeah. We're moving, Todd? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, we love you. We love you. We love
You didn't grow up in my house. You didn't grow up in my house.
4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
guys. I'm sorry. Thank you. Sorry.